This is something that you would often see in the comments of JoJo content, but how accurate is it? The premise is simple. Dio's head took an incomplete possession of Jonathan's body, making it so the left side of his body is weaker than his right side. And in the end of his battle with Jotaro, they crash one attack, but Dio used the left side of his body and so his attack was so weak that he exploded from that. Really, if this was all the context we had, the claim would be perfectly solid, but there is a lot of information people miss. Dio elaborates the mechanics of his body in another conversation, saying that what he needs to be invincible is to heal the wounds in his neck. In other words, his head isn't fully connected to his body, which is what he needs to heal, and being invincible is a stand-in for having the full capabilities of a vampire we saw in parts 1 and 2 without any of the weaknesses we see him face now. See the issue? This is High Dio or Awakened Dio. In this state, he achieved that thing he was talking about. He should not be limited by having a weaker left side because the wounds in his neck should be fully healed. The body should not fight back anymore because it fully belongs to Dio now. He should be able to, say, slowly regenerate from having his body blown up to pieces by grenades. He at least shows to have regeneration to spare in his fight with Jotaro. Are you telling me that he can do that but he did not fully heal the wounds in his neck yet? That's counterintuitive. Not only that, but look at the bizarre logic the premise uses. You have two people fighting. In their battle they prove themselves to be similarly strong, but one of them is weaker in their left side. So if he uses that, he just explodes if both fighters attack each other at the same time. You would think that the last guy has to be massively weaker in that side of his body for that to make sense, right? So when we say in their battle they prove themselves to be similarly strong, that just means that the latter guy never attacks or gets attacked with that side, right? Oh wait, that's not the case here. Both sides of Dio's body are similarly strong and durable. Otherwise, for example, Star Platinum would destroy the War's left arm like a mace hitting Butter every time they stun clash. So what happened here? It's a factor most overlook. First, something small. Jotaro damaged his legs and Dio did not fully heal them when he attacked with his legs. This was stupid for Dio's part, but to be fair, being a vampire makes him essentially not feel pain, and without the ability to feel pain, someone may easily fail to recognize their body's ability to succeed or fail in whatever task we demand of it. This only justifies things to a reasonable degree, but it doesn't explain how he blew up. The main reason why that happened is because Jotaro's power was amplified during that attack due to his anger. Hear me out, guidebooks support this, but they don't talk about Dio's weaker side. Every stand user can do this. It used to be the main gimmick Chosuke had when he felt that his hair was insulted, and we can see that Polnareff used this during his fight with Vanilla Ice because he outright said so. Otherwise, well, this is hard to search for because of how subtly it's applied. No one's gonna say I'm very angry, therefore my stun is more powerful. In the final battle of part 3, Jotaro rejected calming down and opted to get angrier than angry as his strategy to defeat Dio. He knew, or maybe he guessed, that being angry was giving some results that were not good enough. So he chose to be even more angry than that to defeat Dio. He planned to use this in one all-out attack as he says here, a decision that got delayed by Dio's own tactics, and it was in this point in the fight where Jotaro used that strategy.
てめえの敗因はたった一つだぜ、ディオ。たった一つのシンプルな答えだ。てめえは俺を怒らせた。
Counter-argument. Dio doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He will never be the vampire he used to be and will always suffer the limitations of not making that body fully his own. It doesn't matter how much blood he assimilates. If you punch him enough times, he will always go back to having a weaker side. Just look at how he gets wrong the amount of people he needs to drink to fully heal himself. Well, this holds the issues I said before, already making it largely irrelevant. While it's true that Dio is an arrogant man who sometimes perceives the war in whatever ways it pleases him more, this is done in a way that we can perceive by ourselves. otherwise he is a real source of information for the story. He may be wrong about the amount of people he needs, however it makes sense in his position to not know this precisely. That is not indicative of the end goal he implies being a fantasy. This is like a person not knowing in how much time they will recover but understanding that they will be fully healed one day. Dio may be wrong, but he approximates pretty well. He sucks the blood of 2 people before reaching Joseph, but keep in mind that he takes battle damage, which should send him back some squares in his skull to heal his body, as vampires need human blood to fuel their regeneration, with Dio being incomplete to an unknown degree. Lastly, why did he say that his left side was weaker and then got defeated by attacking with his left side? Doesn't this inherently imply a connection? No. Coincidences can happen, and that would be pretty minor all things considered.